Today's build is about my favorite archer skill, the Ice Shot Deadeye with the Ranger class. Ice Shot is an awesome archer skill that freezes the whole screen of enemies, granting many explosions. Just as I did with the Lightning Arrow and the Tornado Shot build, the complete guide of this one will also count with two versions of this build, a budget and a complete one. Each has its own PoE and passive tree, so you can start this build even on a low budget and upgrade it later. To list the pros of this build, I would start with how strong Val Ice Shot is. When you use it on bosses, you won't even need your ballistas to obliterate them in less than a second. The clear speed is also outstanding, killing many monsters with only one shot. Now, to list the cons, I would say that this build is not very tanky. Even though you have some defensive layers, it's important to take advantage of your ranged attacks and stay far from danger. If you don't mind your position, you might die. About the budget, you can get it destroying early in-game maps with only around 80 chaos. To comfortably advance to yellow maps, I recommend investing around 150 chaos, and for easily completing your Atlas, I recommend investing around 4 divines. But if you go for the complete version, you need to invest at least 4 more divines. Don't forget that on PoEbuilds.net you can find a list with all the equipment that you need to buy for this build, with direct links for examples being sold by other players. On the budget version, you only need one mandatory unique item for this build, the Yoke of Suffering amulet that causes all of your elemental damage to shock. This way our enemies take a lot more damage. On the complete version, on the other hand, besides the Yoke of Suffering, you also need the Lionized Fall and the Thread of Hope unique jewels. They are expensive but grant a huge boost to your damage. For clear speed, I'll give it 10 out of 10. You fire many projectiles with high attack speed, and those projectiles chain on enemies, bounce off walls and go everywhere, freezing and exploding them. It's just amazing. The boss damage is also great and deserves 10 out of 10. As I said, Val Ice Shot is probably the strongest Val skill and can destroy bosses easily. Above all, you can also count with your ballistas for a lot more damage. For the survivability, I'll give this build 8 out of 10. Even though you have armor, evasion, spell suppression and can kill enemies from a good distance, this build isn't very tanky. If you don't mind your position, you might die. And that's it for today, guys! What did you think about this Ice Shot Deadeye? Please take a second to tell me in the comments and leave a thumbs up to support the channel. I wish you guys an amazing day, and don't forget to keep building!